Am I coming?
Please do.
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum assalam. Please
Thank
have
you,
a
ma'am.
seat. Your name?
My name is Samiul Haq.
Samuel Hassab. Would you like to introduce yourself to us?
Sure, ma'am. Ma'am, my name is Samiul Haq. I hail from a small village of Tehsil Barshor district, Pashin. My father was earlier on an Imam Masjid, and then he became a shopkeeper. My late mother was a housewife, and she died of leukemia in 2004. Sir, ma'am, I have 12 brothers and 10 sisters. Ma'am, I completed my early education from an Urdu medium local government school, and I did matric from Quetta with distinction, and FSC from Federal Government Degree College Quetta with distinction, and then I completed my MBBS from Bolan Medical College Quetta. At present, I am working as a medical officer and FCPS resident at a government hospital in Quetta, and my hobbies include evening walk and listening to music.
Thank you so much, Samila. Why do you want to change your profession from, you're already a medical officer, grade 17?
Ji, ma'am.
So, how long have you been in the service for last 4 years?
Ma'am, first 2 years were on contract, and from last 2 years I am permanent.
So, if you join the civil service, you would lose your seniority because you'll go back down to grade 17 again to start again. So, why do you want to change?
Ma'am, first of all, my brothers, they are civil servants. I gain inspiration from them. And secondly, when I was in BHU Balozai, then I noticed there that the condition of health facilities is not as good as it should be. I was there, but I was unable to help the people. We have no even emergency medicine, not to speak of investigation facilities and other. So then I decided to change my profession, as I was already inspired from my brothers. So then I decided to take my competitive exam CSS and become a civil servant to serve the people at large.
So, this is your first attempt?
No, ma'am. This was my last attempt.
This is your last attempt. Okay. When is your interview?
Ma'am, my interview most probably on 21st of November.
So, you will stay here till 21st, or you're going back at 10th?
Ma'am, I'm going inshallah on 1st of November, because our psychological exam is on 4th of November in Quetta.
ठीक. So, Abhi, you have not submitted this data that you've given here to the psychological
No,
board?
ma'am, still I have not submitted.
Okay. Samila, your 3 choices. Number 3 is Foreign Service of Pakistan.
Yeah.
Can you tell me the difference between a High Commissioner and an Ambassador?
Ma'am, High Commissioner is among the Commonwealth countries, but Ambassador is when one country is not from the Commonwealth, then it's called an Ambassador.
Can you tell me about the structure of an embassy?
Ma'am, from lower to higher, it is third secretary, I think, then second, then first, then consular, and then lastly ambassador.
Abdul Sattar and Jacinda Ardern are your favorite personalities.
Yes.
Why do you think Jacinda Ardern resigned?
Ma'am, differences arose within the Labour Party from which she belonged. Then she decided that if people are not happy with me, and this is a big responsibility, then I'm not. It is not in my interest to serve the people if there are differences, and it is a huge responsibility to serve the people. So.
But she was performing the huge responsibility before also.
At that time, she was prepared for that, and then when she observed that now it is becoming difficult for me to serve the people as earlier as I was, and people are becoming.
Why was it becoming difficult for her?
Because as I told that the differences within her political party, Labour Party, arose, and then she decided to step down.
You like kite runner?
Yeah, ma'am.
How would you compare your culture with the culture that has been described in the kite runner?
Ma'am, the writer is an Afghani American novelist Khalid Hosseini, and he was living in Kabul, and mostly they are Persian. And in our culture, in our province, we are Pashtuns. So mostly the culture are similar, but a few differences are there. And from Pashtun, they are little bit civilized than the Pashtuns of Kabul, Kandahar, and then Helmand. The people of Kabul are enlightened as compared to the Pashtun, which are most of our the immigrants, and they are from they are similar to the Pashtuns of Kandahar. So therefore.
So they are Farsawin, you said. Hosseini is Farsawin.
Yeah.
So was he presenting Farsawin culture of Kabul, or how is it different from your culture in Pishin? Compare with Pishin.
Pishin, sir, ma'am. Ma'am, their culture are same to some extent. Because Pashtun have big families, and they're in Kabul, they have also big families, joint family system, and secondly, they are educated more than our locality, our people in Pishin.
You like to listen to music.
Yeah, ma'am.
It is said music is haram. What is your view on that?
Ma'am, in Quran or in Sahih Hadith, there is no such clear message that it is haram. But it is based on ijtihad. Ijtihad has been done on it, and most of the ulama, they are unanimous that music is haram. But there are still some very prominent scholars like Ghamidi, like many more, who are not of the opinion that music is haram. So,
but what is your view? Since you like listening to music, you like listening haram?
Ma'am, I think it is not as I'm not of the opinion of the majority.
What is your opinion? I want to know your opinion and how you justify it.
Ma'am, I like music since my childhood, and it might be haram in Islam, but I have developed my taste since my childhood.
Okay. Thank you so much, Samiullah. I pass on to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Ar-Rahiqul Maktoum. What's that?
Sir, it is a Sira written by Mufti Safiur Rahman Mubarak Puri, and it is an award-winning book, and it is a Sira of Holy Prophet, peace be upon him.
What's the name of award that it won in Saudi Arabia?
Sir, I
okay. What is this? What's so special about this book? There are thousands of books on Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So what is so special about this book?
Sir, the special I found in this book, sir, it is very concise but rich in information. And secondly, the life of Holy Prophet, it has been described in the concise but comprehensive manner. And secondly, it's Urdu version, sir. I have read its Urdu as well as in English version. Its Urdu version I found very interesting, clear, simple, and
how many other books on Seerat you have studied?
Sir, I have studied the Sira of Sir, but it was just few chapters of Sayyid Sulaiman Nadwi Sira.
Sayyid Sulaiman Nadwi. So, how can you say that then that this is the best book? You convinced me that this is the best book on Seerat.
I found it very complete from every aspect. It described the life of Holy Prophet from Makkah, then Medina, and then his last years in
Which
Medina.
Islamic or Muslim school of thought it supports?
Sir, I think it's Al Hadith school of thought.
Do you think that this is the reason why it has been propagated as the best book?
It might be, sir. It might be, but I found it from as a neutral observer, very good book, sir.
So tell me in three words or three lines, what is the basic reason you want to switch your career from being a doctor to a civil servant?
Sir, first of all, it's my inspiration. Secondly, sir, I want to improve governance in health system. And secondly, sir, thirdly, sir, I want to serve the people.
I think if you want to serve, then being a doctor is the best form to serve, especially from the place from you hail. Any Punjab or Sindh doctor don't like to go over there, don't like to be posted over there. There are very few who are read or qualified doctors over there. Don't you think that Balochistan would miss a doctor?
Sir, I think, sir, I can serve our people more in civil services than in health, because as I told earlier, our health facilities are inadequate. If even doctor is there, then he can't help the patient as he should do. For example, there are no investigative facilities. Even life-saving drugs are not available. For rabies injection, even there is no such thing. So I think
your field of specialization is ophthalmology.
Yes, sir.
Who was the father of ophthalmology?
As far sir, I have read his book, sir. It's Kansky, sir.
Kansky.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the contribution of Ibn al-Hatham to ophthalmology?
Sir, he was, sir, adept in refraction. He was a physicist, sir. He invented a black hole camera, sir. And he's called as father of optics.
Father of optics. Okay. What do you have to say about the injection in Punjab, which caused severe illness in many patients? What was the story?
Sir, it was, sir, this injection is called Avastin, and it is used in patients with diabetic retinopathy. The main problem was that the injection was unhygienic. It caused endophthalmitis, and then patient get blind. And it was not about that they have injected wrong injection or the drug was no. It was unhygienic, in fact. Therefore, it caused endophthalmitis, and the patient lost their sight.
Thank you.
Welcome to CSPs Academy for CSS PMS preparation. CSS PMS तहरीरी इम्तिहान के तमाम मज़ामीन की ऑनलाइन और ऑन कैंपस तैयारी के साथ साथ सब्जेक्ट सिलेक्शन, असाइनमेंट चेकिंग, क्लास टेस्ट, मॉक एग्जाम, इंडिविजुअल टीचर डिस्कशन और फीडबैक सेशन का इनकाद किया जाएगा। इसके अलावा FPSC की तजवीज़ करदा बुक्स से बने मयारी नोट्स और CSP पब्लिशर की बेहतरीन बुक्स मुहैया की जाएंगी।
Okay, Sami Haq, you have studied environmental science.
Yes, sir.
I have delved a bit into that. What do you know about carbon credits? What are carbon credits?
Sir, carbon credits are when a country does not use the required emission of carbon, then he can sell this credit to the one who is using extra proportion of carbon allowed to it.
What is Pakistan's number in global carbon emission list?
I have lost no idea, but the contribution of Pakistan in carbon emission is less than 1%, sir. But exact.
What was decided in Kyoto Protocol?
Sir, Kyoto Protocol, sir, three main fields were there, sir. Main aspects were there of Kyoto Protocol. First of all, sir, it was the carbon trading, sir, first, and secondly, sir, I have lost.
Okay, you have studied Islamic history. Can you tell me this current mosque that we call Baitul Muqaddas, in which era it was built and who built it in this present shape?
Sir, it was in Abbasid period, sir. Sir, it was Umayyad period, and it was, I think, Walid bin Abdul Malik, sir.
Can you tell me, there's this famous event in history that is quoted everywhere: burn the boats, referred to Tariq ibn Ziyad.
Yes.
Student of Islamic history, have you found this to be true? And when did this event happen?
Sir, it was, sir, in the era of Walid bin Abdul Malik, Umayyad period, sir. And Tariq bin Ziyad was sent as a commander to Spain to conquer Spain. And as far as the truth of the story is concerned, because we were not present, we have heard from the historians. Some are baking them, we were not present. But it might be right, sir.
You have studied public administration. What is a budget process? How a budget is made? Public budget.
Sir, first of all, the assessment is made from all the departments concerned. Then it is sent to the parliament. Then parliament passed it. Then it is implemented by the administration.
Okay. Which theory of origin of state do you believe in as a student of political science?
Sir, I think I believe in theory of force, that states emerge as a result of force, and force is also necessary for the maintenance of state.
Last question. 3 suggestions for improvement of bureaucracy in Pakistan.
Sir, first of all, transparency and accountability system should be ensured. And secondly, sir, the access of people towards public offices, it is not as much as it should be. And third, sir, the right of information to the people in public offices, it can improve the status of bureaucracy.
Don't you think all this is already given and guaranteed?
They are given and guaranteed, but its implementation is not in letter and spirit.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Well, Sami, you read Islamic history and culture. Can you tell me that what was the lasting impact of Persian Empire on the administrative history of Arabs?
Yes, sir. Some departments were inherited into Islamic empire, and secondly, the art and architecture, it was also inherited or gained from the Persian Empire, especially in the era of Abbasids and Umayyads.
How city-state of Mecca was governed before the rise of Islam?
Sir, as far as city-state of Makkah, sir, there was no, sir, as a central government. There were tribes, and then they were decided their own fates. So it was based on the law of force. The tribes and their interaction with one another, sir. There was no central government.
Okay, I got it. Can you name 4 very important khulfa during the time period of Abbasid time periods?
Sir, the founder of Abbasid dynasty is Al-Safa. Then he was followed by Al-Mansur, and then Mahdi and Hadi, and then Harun al-Rashid, and then others, sir.
Okay. Well, I'll ask question now from Pakistan Affairs. What did you know about Swadeshi movement?
Swadeshi movement, sir, it was against the partition of Bengal, and it was launched by Congress to boycott the British products so that we might improve our resistance against the Britishers.
Okay, in Lucknow Pact, it happened in 1916. On the side of Muslims, the leader was Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad
Yes,
Jinnah. So this compact or this pact was signed between 2 leaders.
Yes.
Who was the leader of Indian National Congress?
Sir, I think, sir, it was Gandhi, sir.
Gandhi?
Sir, I have no idea, sir. But sir, I know the details of Lucknow Pact, sir.
Okay, if you know the details, can you tell me that what was the weightage formula?
Yes, sir.
Tell
Sir,
me.
weightage formula was there that in the provinces where Muslims are in minority, they will get the proportion of seats higher than their population. And in Punjab and Bengal, where Muslims were in majorities, they will get their share in assembly is less than their proportion.
Indian Council Act 1919. This is famous for Montagu Chelmsford reforms. So, in the Act, diarchy was introduced. There were two kinds of subjects:
Yes, sir.
transfer subject and reserve. Kindly explain.
Sir, diarchy was introduced in the Minto Morley reform, sir,
Into moral reforms.
in Montagu Chelmsford 1919, sir. And then, but in this reform, sir, diarchy was in the provinces, and it was about the responsible ministers.
You just tell me transfer subject and reserve subject.
Sir, these were currency, foreign affairs.
In provincial level,
Sir,
currency and
sir, I have no.
okay. In 1946, cabinet mission plan came to subcontinent.
Yes, sir.
What was formula introduced in the cabinet mission plan?
Sir, cabinet mission has three main aspects: to formulate the interim constitution for Pakistan, for the combined interim government, then constitution, then a constituent assembly to frame the constitution, and then it also divided the provinces into three parts.
Okay. My question is now from political science. Tell me the state of nature by Hobbes.
Sir, Hobbes has taken the state of nature in a bleak and the
Okay. State of nature by Rousseau.
also state that man by nature is good, but when the wealth crept into the society, then the soul responsible for unrest in a society is wealth, and the
State of nature by John Locke.
John Locke, sir, he has taken optimistic view of human nature in state of nature, because he experienced, sir, the revolution when there was peaceful transfer of power. So
My last question. What is the opinion or what is the point of view of utilitarian philosophy about the emergence of state?
emergence of states, sir.
Have you read about the utilitarian
Yes,
philosophy?
yes, sir.
What
It was
is
given
their
by
origin?
it was given by Sir Jeremy Bentham, the
I
greatest.
know that it was given by Jeremy Bentham. What this philosophy states about the emergence or establishment of state?
Because, sir, as far as I my idea, it has to ensure the greatest good for greatest number of people. So I think state is necessary for that purpose, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Samir, look, now the formal interview is over.
Yes.
Now we're going to do assessment. What is your assessment about your performance?
My optional subjects are not prepared because I'm also preparing for PCS. So there are deficiencies in that subject. I know, sir, ma'am. And secondly, ma'am, I happen from Urdu medium, and then in medical colleges, I have we used to speak in Pashto or Urdu. My speech is not as good as it should be. So
No, that's not an issue. I don't think language is an issue for you. You're good in your articulation, but how would you grade yourself from 1 to 10?
50%, ma'am.
I would recommend, firstly, take a diary and go through the recent, like 2 months, 3 months newspapers
Yes, ma'am.
and the headlines on international and national news. Make those subheadings and then the points. It will also improve your vocabulary.
Yes, ma'am.
Carefully read the words used so that you understand their nuance. Right? And that will also help you for the night of the exam when you don't know what to do. If you have the diary, you flip through pages, what you have read will be refreshed. So firstly, do that. Secondly, you should be able to present yourself when I ask you to introduce yourself in a very cogent way. It should not be longer than 1 minute. And basically that sets the stage for your interview. So I would recommend that practice in front of mirror firstly. Secondly, write about yourself on 1 page. My strengths, think that you
Yes,
are
ma'am.
presenting yourself. And then from that, read again and delete extraneous information so that what you present here is the best of you, which the panel can then interview you on. You have chosen 3 services. You must have good information like on police order, on administrative reforms. Go through them. We didn't ask you questions, but the panel may ask you. So all your facts and figures, your response to foreign service was good. Very few candidates have responded the way you have. But the other 2 services, we haven't tested you. Please, I would recommend go through their rules and regulations so you can respond. Your response to Jacinda Ardern, you knew what is the problem, but you were not presenting it right. Because it sounded more contradictory. At one point, you're saying, so your argument should be cogent and logical. You were not doing that. So if you haven't had, you haven't written it to the psychological board of the personalities, choose a personality which is less controversial and then study it thoroughly so that you can defend it when you're asked. Why do we ask personality?
Ma'am, they want to see the reflection of those personalities in me and the candidates.
So if you're putting a personality which has a contradiction, then at least you're presenting it in a contradiction, then you're presenting yourself in that light also, which isn't good. So please think through whatever personality you write. It should be neutral. एक ही लिखो and then study it thoroughly. Okay. इसी तरह ये books पे भी comparison उसका आप you had an idea but you weren't presenting it, you were more ranting. You should be able to give cogent argument on comparison between your culture and so I wish you all the best. Last chance है. Make the best of it. We are here to help you. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. समी ये सील्ड नेक्टर आपने पढ़ी है?
जी सर,
पक्की बात है?
सब 2 बार पढ़ी सर।
अच्छा, इसके ना फिर अब आप पॉइंट्स बना लें। जैसे मैडम ने आपको कहा है ना, आपकी थॉट में या आपके उसमें नॉलेज जरूर है, बट आप उसको 1 2 3 4 करके प्रेजेंट नहीं कर पा रहे हो। ठीक है, मैं आपको कह रहा हूँ कि अगर ये आपकी बेस्ट फेवरेट बुक है तो ये बाकी सीरत की किताबों से कैसे बेहतर है, आप मुझे नहीं बता पा रहे। ठीक है, तो जो भी आपका आर्ग्यूमेंट है ना, उसके 1 2 3 4 एंटी मतलब फॉर या अगेंस्ट आपके पॉइंट्स होने चाहिए। आपकी बातों में कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन वो काइट रनर वाले में भी थी और इसमें भी सेम वो नजर आ रही है, क्लैरिटी नजर नहीं आ रही। अदरवाइज जो आपको वो इशू है कि जी मैं उर्दू मीडियम में पढ़ूं, वो आपकी कोई, यू आर अ वेरी प्रेजेंटेबल पर्सनैलिटी, एलिक्वेंट हो, बोल भी आप ठीक रहे हो, बट थोड़ा सा अपनी जो आप डिलीवरी है उसको ऑर्गेनाइज्ड करो। उसको करने का इनिशियल तरीका यही है कि आप अपनी आर्गुमेंट्स को लिखो, फिर देखो वीक कौन सा है, स्ट्रॉन्ग कौन सा है, किसको मैं काट दूं। क्योंकि इस पेपर पे जो आपने लिख दिया है ना, उसके तो आपने, मैं तो अभी कानपुरी की बाकी किताबों की तरफ आपके नहीं गया, या मैंने आपको नहीं पूछा कि सील्ड नेक्टर और वो जो तफसीर इब्ने कसीर है उसका कंपैरिजन क्यों कैसा है। ठीक है, सो जो आपने इस पेपर पे लिख दिया है उसके तो अब आपको स्पेशलिस्ट होना चाहिए। जैसे आप ऑप्थेमोलॉजी के स्पेशलिस्ट है ना, तो आपको आंख का तो फिर सब पता होना चाहिए। इसलिए ये अब आप अपनी मर्जी से लिख रहे हो, इन चीजों के बारे में आपको सारा पता होना चाहिए। एंड लाइक मैम सेड कि 3 हफ्ते हैं आपके पास, इट्स अ गुड टाइम, इट्स अ गुड टाइम जिसमें आप एक बड़ी कंसिडरेबल इंप्रूवमेंट कर सकते हो। ठीक है, बेस्ट ऑफ लक। थैंक यू।
बहुत क्लैरिटी से सर ने, मैम ने आपको बता दिया। मैं बस 2 चीज़ों पे बात करूंगा। एक तो आपका आई कांटेक्ट, मैं आपसे पूछ रहा था तो यू वर ओनली लुकिंग एट मी, सर आपसे पूछ रहे थे तो यू वर ओनली लुकिंग एट हिम। जब भी कोई पैनलिस्ट क्वेश्चन पूछता है आपसे, तो वो भले एक बंदा पूछ रहा हो, वो होता सारे पैनल का क्वेश्चन। तो व्हेन यू आर आंसरिंग इट, यू हैव टू सी व्हाट अदर पीपल आर थिंकिंग अबाउट यू। एक असेसमेंट भी आपको आती है, तो एक तो उसको इम्प्रूव कर ले। दूसरा, व्हाट आई फाउंड आउट इज यू आर नॉट श्योर अबाउट योर आइडिया। सर ने भी वो बता दिया, थोड़ा सा आपको कॉर्नर करते हैं। आप या तो कहते हैं आई डोंट केयर, या आप कहते हैं ठीक है फिर ऐसे होगा। ठीक, तो डोंट डू दैट। मतलब इससे शो होता है कि आपने बहुत अच्छा नहीं पढ़ा, सरफेस नॉलेज है चीज़ों का, लेकिन आपने बहुत अच्छा नहीं पढ़ा। तीसरी जो मेरी ऑब्जर्वेशन थी वो आपने खुद बता दी कि आपके ऑप्शनल प्रिपेयर्ड नहीं है, तो ये मेरी तरफ से है बस। ठीक है,
थैंक यू सर। आपके लास्ट टाइम रिटर्न में कितने मार्क्स थे?
मेरे सर 622 थे सर।
622।
सर मगर उसमें ऐसे फेल था मेरा 5 मार्क्स से 35 मार्क्स थे मेरे सर। वो अगर मिला दे फिर 622 बनते थे टोटल।
अच्छा, तो इंटरव्यू नहीं दे सके आप?
नहीं सर मैं।
अच्छा, वेल ये कंपटीशन के एग्जाम्स में ना सिंपैथी के नंबर कोई नहीं मिलते, ठीक है, क्योंकि ये मुकाबला है, तो वहाँ पे यू हैव टू अर्न योर पोजीशन। तो इसमें जो है अभी वही बात सरफेस नॉलेज से हट के जो है ना, मसलन लेट्स से कि आपसे पूछा जाता है ना कि रूल ऑफ लॉ या गुड गवर्नेंस है, तो वो पूछ सकते हैं कि भाई जो है हॉब्स क्या कहता है कि गुड गवर्नेंस कैसे हो सकती है, ठीक है, या जो है गुड गवर्नेंस मार्क्सिस्ट स्कूल ऑफ थॉट जो है वो क्या कहता है कैसे गुड गवर्नेंस होनी चाहिए। तो उन चीज़ों को रिलेट करना सीखें और इन चीज़ों को थोड़ा सा जो है ना सरफेस नॉलेज से हट के थोड़ा सा ना टिप्स बड़े क्रिस्प किस्म के आपके पास आंसर्स होने चाहिए, तो ताकि जो है आप जो है एक इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट कर सकें, फिर जाके आपका स्कोर ऊपर होगा इंटरव्यू में।
ठीक सर।
ठीक है, थैंक यू।
Thank you.
थैंक यू मैम।
गुड लक।